Hey, Shalom Mashal, I want to start off souls by giving all praise to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, Bashem Kadash, double honors to the apostles of GMS, and honors to brothers doing the work of the Most High in truth and in sincerity. This is a quick one inspired from this episode here of A Perfect Planet. It's a BBC production narrated by David Attenborough. And I like watching these nature documentaries and everything. You learn a lot, but this particular one is basically when you're listening to everything that these people are saying. I always love to say, "Oh, we humans," right? But no, it's not we humans. It's you devils, you Edomites, man, you so-called white people. Because who's in rulership at the moment? Whose kingdom is this? If I have a company and I'm not necessarily doing anything at that company and my employees destroy that company, guess what? I'm losing my job as the head of that company. Now, Esau, the earth has been given into your hand, right? If you want to, if you want to say, oh, but it wasn't me, the earth has been given into your hand, and what have you done with it? Uh, you have not been found a worthy ruler, right? So Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, and these Edomites, they're the wicked, right? Look at their track record, right? Look at all of the things that are being pushed out in this world at the moment. They're the ones pushing it out. When you see these different heathen nations doing something that's polluting to the earth, guess what? It is to fit the Edomite model. It is to feed the Edomites, whether it's their pockets or whether it's their bellies. Right? It says he covereth the faces of the judges thereof, if not where and who is he. So that last bit is going into the fact that this devil has basically gone around and performed this thing called iconoclasm. Okay, he's covered up he's covered up. Firstly, the number one judge, which is Yahweh Shai, painted him to be a so-called white man. When you read the scriptures, Revelation 1, he's actually a so-called black man. Okay, and it says, if not where and who is he? Well, it's basically then that's scriptures, being taken the mickey, saying if it ain't these Edomites, then who is it? Okay. Now it's interesting also that bit there about he covered the face of the judge thereof, because he likes to take credit for everything, right? He was the Greeks, he was the Romans, he was this, he was that, right? He's everyone in history, okay? But when it comes to being the wicked, he doesn't want to take that. He doesn't want to own that. When it comes to who has destroyed this earth, he doesn't want to own that. Okay, but under whose rulership has this earth been destroyed? You devils. Okay. And when I'm listening to certain of the words, because he basically in the episode they basically get three different panelists to kind of speak and say things and give their opinions. Okay. When they're speaking, again, this air of like, the earth is overpopulated. There's too many. We quote, we have become the dominant, most populous a species on Earth. This and the other, yada 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 yada. Okay, pushing out all of that BS. Well, actually, when you read the scriptures, the Lord gave Adam what do you call it? All power over all the animals, and I'm gonna have to remember where that is. Remember how I was. Oh, so is this one? Okay, yes, it's Genesis 2 and 19. It says, and out of the ground, Yahweh power formed every beast of the field and every fowl of the air, and brought them unto Adam to see what he would call them. And whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was the name thereof. Right? And Adam gave names to all the cattle and to the fowls of the air and to every beast of the field. But for Adam there was not found an helpmeet for him. Okay. So Adam had power over all of these different beasts. I forget where it is. I don't know if I'm making it out, but we had power over these beasts, man. Right? It ain't like now when you go near a wild animal, and then these wild animals will attack you. Right? Back in these times, you had dominion over these animals. Okay, right? But yeah, that's just going into how this man E will speak all of these funny things, right? And he's chatting out his bottom. No, let's just put it like that, man. He's chatting out of his ass. This is 1 Timothy 6:20. O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings and oppositions of science falsely so called. Okay, so this is now going into the fact that this, of this idea of science falsely so called, because he likes to push out this notion of science this, science that, and you basically listen to this guy saying, oh, it wasn't the the volcanic eruption that killed a load of life, it was the CO2. But then you watch other documentaries that he pulls out, and then it was like, with these super volcanoes, what you get afterward is a nuclear winter, and then that will basically, what a nuclear winter is exactly what it says on the tin. It will cause the temperature to plummet because the sun will be covered up. So in one documentary you're saying this, and in another you're saying that. So which one is it? Right, but once again we have to understand that this is the devil that we're working with here, okay? Right, and the devil isn't here to tell you the truth. The devil is here to lie to you, right? To further his agenda, right? And that ultimate agenda is depopulation. Once again, like I said, I've only got through the first 30 minutes of it, and I'm getting that sense of, oh, we need to basically, basically they're asking these open-ended questions, and then these answers are sort of, well, really, what you want is to basically take out a load of the people. They're saying, oh, we just need to plant more trees. Look, man, it ain't we that and to answer the question, how to save this planet, we need to get rid of the Edomites, man. That's what we need to do. We need to get rid of the Edomites. Why? Because for as long as they are here, they are going to destroy. Because that is their spirit, that is their nature. This is Matthew 24:22. And except those days should be shortened, they should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Now, if E was to let, the Lord was to let E, just have perpetual rulership, right? He will destroy the Israelites, right? And then he will destroy himself. He will destroy everything. Why? Because he is a cancer. And pursuant to Habakkuk, he cannot be satisfied, right? This is Habakkuk 2:5. It says, yea, if I'll read from 4, it says, behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him. So, referring to this devil, his soul isn't right. You look at all of these different places that are being destroyed. Anyone else would have just been like, look, man, hey, we've had enough. You scriptures speak about that. If great brothers came to thee, would they have not taken until they had enough, right? No, but not with E. He just continues and continues and continues, right? He takes until he is till he can't be what's the word I'm looking for? He can't be satisfied. Okay, so that's one of the ways in which his what's the word I'm looking for? His spirit is not upright in him. Okay. And also his solution, when you read the Georgia Guidestones, is to limit the population to 500 million. Right? That is not an upright spirit. Right? That is the spirit of a devil. That is the spirit of a mass murderer. Okay. So, but the just shall live by his faith. And that's talking about, the Israelites, the elect of the children of Israel. Right? We're gonna live by the faith. Because the scriptures say, without faith it is impossible to please him. So Habakkuk 2:5 now says, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine. So that's his philosophies, which, climate change, global warming, that's one of his philosophies. Because when you look at it, the most polluting entity in the world is the US military, yet he will have you believe that it's you drinking out of a plastic straw. That is the problem. Okay, so this man has created this society and he doesn't want to take ownership of it. But really, what this is age-old E, because what order out of chaos, right? So he presents this thing of global warming, the whole world is being destroyed, blah blah blah. Which the world is languishing underneath your rulership. That is true, right? But it's languishing because of you, right? But he's then gonna, come out with all of these different draconian legislation, right? You have those adverts that speak about, oh, the best thing you can do for your child is to only have one, right? Pushing that all of that agenda. Why? Because they don't believe in, when Yahweh Shai, not Yahweh Shai, when Yahweh Hashem Shai basically said, look, be fruitful and multiply, right? Another way this man's spirit is not upright. Okay, so continuing on, it says he is a proud man. So it's for someone to go against what the Most High has set out, You are proud. It says, neither keepeth the home. Now, if you don't know who that is from that scripture, then what other group of people on earth have constantly, for the last several hundred years, just been going around from one place to another country, to another country, to another country, right? That is these devils, man. These Edomites. All right, it says, who enlargeth his desire as hell and is as death and cannot be satisfied. Right, yeah, because this man wants, hey, you'll give him 90% of everything you have, but guess what? That's not enough. He wants 100%, and then he wants you, right? It says, and is as death and cannot be satisfied. Yeah, because the grave can take up as many as you feed it. That's Esau, right? He's as death. You can't satisfy the grave. The grave, you have 100 people, hey, chuck them in a grave. You have 1,000 people, hey, chuck them in a grave. You have 10,000, a million, hey, chuck them in a grave. You chuck them to their death. Death doesn't care. It says, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations and heapeth unto him all people. Right, so it's all of these different melting pots that you have, that this man has set up. Okay. Says Isaiah 24:5, the earth also is devoured under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. So this earth is defiled under your rulership, Esau, right? Not because of anyone else, because of you, right? And your policies and your and the way that you do things, the way you promote things, your agendas, right? These mega cities, right? How do you feed people in a mega city where there ain't no farms? You gotta, get food from this place, that place, and bring it in. You have all these people in the Western world that have a taste for fruits that don't grow anywhere near them. Right? It's because they have transgressed the laws. So you have certain laws like the land Sabbath. But what does E do to get around those land Sabbaths? To spray chemicals on the land so that the land can try and bring, grow fruit and veg. But guess what? Then that causes cancer. But then guess what? Esau then will treat you for that cancer and make money from you always. So you want to change, if you want to save the world, you want to fight climate change, you gotta be down with the program of the Israelites and pray for the downfall of this kingdom. You really want to save the planet, right? Because for as long as this man is in rulership, right? As we read in Matthew 24, ain't no flesh to be saved. Right, we'll load that one up. See what this one says. Yes, it's Psalms 82:5. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness, and for this world to be ruled in the manner in which it is ruled in darkness, right? As all the foundations of the earth are out of course, right? Whether it's the foundation of, or even just like the way men and women interact, that's out of course. But under whose rulership? Yours, Esau. That's why you've got to go, and no heathen nation can come up, because you know what, these heathen nations, when they come up, they're gonna do what? They're gonna follow the model that these Edomites have left. Right, this is Sirach 10:4. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. And the only one that is profitable are the children of Israel. We're the only one that are profitable, and that's the children of Israel once they've been renewed, right? In terms of the second covenant, because you know what? We have this law, right? We have this law, which is something that these other heathen nations don't have. Therefore, we know how to, what do you call? We know how to uh, deal with this planet in the way that it's supposed to be dealt with. Okay, I think I want 6. Okay, maybe I didn't read that properly. Hmm. Let me try to type it in. It'll be there. It'll be there. Somewhere. I just can't read it. Hmm. Just if you bear with me. Ah, there it's the Deuteronomy 4. So look, right. This is Deuteronomy 4:7. This is 4:6. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all the statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. For what nation is there so great who hath the Most High so nigh unto them, and Yahweh our power is in all things that we call upon him for. Right, and what nation is there so great that hath statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law which I set before you this day? Right, and in the kingdom, as you know about the second covenant, we're never gonna go off. Right, the second covenant, we're gonna keep everything in this law to its perfection. Right, and guess what? It says statutes and judgments so righteous. So we look forward to the second kingdom, to this new kingdom, right? Pursuant to Second Peter 3:13, right? In fact, let me grab it. It says, nevertheless, we, according to his promise, right? So this new kingdom now has been promised to us, okay? Look for new heavens and a new earth, right? So renewed, right? Because this earth here, this place that we walk on, this isn't ever going to be destroyed fully, right? You're going to have places that are going to go through destruction, but, all the land, only America's never going to be inhabited again, right? It says, wherein dwelleth righteousness. We're looking forward to a new kingdom wherein dwelleth righteousness, as we've been going through in this lesson, right? Once this Edomite is done away with, guess what? Hey, look, we're gonna leave. We're gonna live happily ever after, right? This earth is gonna be at rest, right? Cedars rejoice. Isaiah 14, anyway. Right? Isaiah 14:6. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that hath ruled the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hindereth. Right? And who has ruled the people and smote the people with a continual stroke? Who has ruled the nations in anger? Right? Who has done these things? Who has dropped bombs on hundreds and thousands of civilians, killed them? Who has perfected different missile technology to the end that, what do you call it, a missile raid can kill hundreds of thousands, millions? Who has come up with the ICBM nuclear missile that can kill the everyone in the state of Texas, that can kill everyone in the country of France? Who's done these things? Right? But guess what? It says he will be persecuted and no one will hinder. And that's you Edomites. When the Lord is taking you down, and you're catching your hell, and these tables have turned, the children of Israel are empowered. When you're going through your hell, guess what? No one's gonna come to your aid. You ain't gonna have a Moabite trying to come up to the children of Israel and be like, please, be kind. No. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into so the whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into saying, yeah, in the kingdom of Israel, right? So this earth is going to be at rest in the kingdom of Israel, right? Because at the moment in time, it's not at rest. It's in pain. It's suffering. Okay. And most said, you when we watch these nature programs, makes you sad, makes you angry, man, because you're seeing the creation of the Most High, this beauty, and then you see the other side of how it's being destroyed. By who? By you, Esau. But then you try to stick it on everyone else. Because yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, right? And the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no fellow is come against us. right? I'm just going to grab one more. All right, so Revelation 11:18, and the nations were angry, and their wrath is come, and the time of the dead that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, unto the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. Okay, so shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. So who has destroyed the earth? You devils, man. Right, and the Lord is going to deal with you. That's one of the reasons the Lord is going to take you out of this rulership and destroy you, right? Because you have destroyed his footstool. Heaven is my throne, the earth is my footstool. Okay. So as always, Lord's will, that was edifying. Till the next time, shalom.